So apparently the Chicago Bulls might not be trying to tank, or at least the way we thought that they would be. Let's talk about it. What is going on, y'all? Faiz Sports Talk back at it with another video talking some NBA here to talk about the Chicago Bulls. And if you're a Bulls fan, as you can tell by the frustration on my face, hang in there because that's what I'm doing. And we have a lot to talk about. Before we do, if you guys are new to the channel, it would help me a lot if you would hit that subscribe button. That is the best way to support me on the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications so you're notified every time I drop a new video. All right, let's get into this. So this is a report coming from Will Gottlieb, reporter for the CHGO network, and he basically said the following, okay? So the Bulls are not aiming to be the worst team in the league and would be content with a play-in or playoff appearance if their young players demonstrate sufficient growth. Continuing, he said, attaching assets to move off Zach LaVine is a non-starter for a Bulls team that projects to take a step back next season. That said, they aren't trying to be the worst team in the league to keep their top 10 protected pick going to San Antonio. It's a factor, but the primary focus is building a young group that can be the foundation for the next great Bulls team. If they make the play-in or playoffs with this group, it would have been because some of their young players taking a step forward. End quote. Okay, a lot to unpack there. A lot. All right, so let's just break it apart and address each thing piece by piece. All right, so first it talks about how attaching assets to trade Zach LaVine as a non-starter for the Chicago Bulls. This part I totally agree with. I totally agree with this. I am not trading a first-round pick or more to get off Zach's contract. I'm just not doing it. And if that means I got to keep Zach through the NBA trade deadline, so be it. I'll deal. Because I'm not giving up a first-round pick to move off Zach LaVine. So that part, I totally agree with. No ifs, ands, or buts there. You won't get an argument. Then it continues saying, that said, they aren't trying to be the worst team in the league to keep their top 10 protected pick going to San Antonio. Now, this part makes absolutely no sense. No sense whatsoever. So the Chicago Bulls have a top 10 protected pick next year, which basically means that if the pick for next season's draft falls within the top 10, the Bulls get to keep it. If it's outside of the top 10, it goes to the Spurs. And I'm here to tell you right here, right now, that should be the primary goal of next season. To keep that pick. Next season's draft is stacked. It is stupid loaded. You better keep that pick next season. All right? And do what you got to do. I just talked about, hey, we're not attaching assets to move off Zach. That's fine. You can get creative. You can go ahead and start, benching guys and sitting them or give meaningful minutes to the younger players. Like, there's a bunch of things NBA teams do that goes under the radar in regards to that, folks. Like, that's fine. Just get creative with it. You don't have to play veterans a lot, but do what you need to do to tank, because next season's draft is way too good. You have a chance at Cooper Flag. And you're not going to take it? No, that part makes absolutely no sense to me. That should be the main focus next season. All right, so it continues here, and it says, if they make the play-in or playoffs with this group, it would have been because some of their young players take a step forward. Here we go again with this play-in playoff talk. I mean, my God. Have we not learned anything from the past 3 years? Like, being in the middle is like quicksand. You're going nowhere. And this reeks of ownership talk. Oh, we can't be that bad because we got to sell tickets. The Bulls are always in top 3, 5 in attendance, even when they're bad. So it doesn't actually matter. Like, I'm sorry if the Reinsdorfs are worried about that, which they probably are. Like, you'll still sell out, even if the Bulls are bad. And sometimes you got to understand you got to take a step back to take 2 steps forward. The team needs to bottom out and tank in order to build a championship contender. How long do you want to be in the middle? Who cares about the play-in or the playoffs if you're just a routinely 7, 6 to 9 seed? And I'm here to tell you right now, if the Bulls with this roster somehow make the playoffs or the play-in, assuming, again, Zach and Vooch are gone, or they play very few minutes, like, somebody on this core is a superstar. Whether that's Pat, Ayo, Matas, Kobe, like, somebody is balling. And that's a good thing. I'll take that. But I'm telling you right now, young players don't win in this league, or they don't win a lot. And so I would be very shocked if the Bulls somehow make the playoffs next year. So even though they're saying it would be a goal, it's not really going to happen. And that's good, because the goal really should be to keep that pick. So that's really what we're at here, folks. So in essence, just to put a bow on this and wrap it up, the Chicago Bulls' #1 goal next year should be to go ahead and tank, give all the minutes to the young guys, and if you win games because the young guys are playing well, so be it. I can't complain then, but give all the minutes to the young guys, to Ayo, to Pat, to Kobe, to Matas, to all these guys, and bottom out, trade Zach, trade Vooch, and keep that pick. That should be the goal next season. Not to make the play-in, not to make the playoffs. All right? Have we not learned our lesson? I hope we have. All right? Bottom out, keep that pick. That should be goal. That should be the goal, okay? Hope we're all on the same page here. Ownership, front office, are we on the same page? Let's do it. All right? I hope that is the goal next season. Let me know what you guys think, man. Am I crazy here? I hope I'm not. I hope you guys agree with me. Leave a comment down below with your thoughts as always. Thanks for watching.